And of course, it is the big day, D-Day, for the Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana as he delivers the 2024 budget speech in Cape Town today. The budget comes amid a myriad of demands for more social spending and service delivery issues. The growing unemployment rate announced yesterday by StatsSA is also another concern. We now speak to business editor Xolani Mbanjwa. Xolani, good morning. Thank you so much for making time for us. Some of the expectations and some of the big issues that people will be looking out for today, what are those?
Good morning, Aldrin. It is quite a difficult budget for Enoch Godongwana today. That's because it's an election year. He has to satisfy the needs of those who are calling for more social spending and, of course, a wealth tax to be introduced, something that he actually intimated in the midterm budget in November. So as an election year, he has to satisfy the masses. How is he going to do that? With two things that he is contending with. That is the unpopular decision, if it is going to be one, to increase taxes even just for the rich. And number two, when it comes to budget cuts, these austerity measures that he announced, that over 60 funded programs may be cut. Some of them may be cut in that reconfiguration of the state to make sure that it is cost effective. So it is quite a difficult one in an election year, also in a year where we've seen yesterday in the fourth quarter of 2023 there was that increase, minor at 0.2% when it comes to unemployment. The budget deficit is actually growing, which means there's less money for the government. The largesse is not going to be so large. So what is he going to do? It's something that everybody is looking at. And of course, we did hear from the Financial and Fiscal Commission, the chairperson there, Dr. Nombeko Bava, spending some time with us, telling us what they expect as the watchdog of how the state spends its money. This is what she had to say.
Looking now at our own domestic economy, what needs to be done? The problem is that we still have fiscal risks that we face. You'll remember that we bailed out Eskom not so long ago for a tune of 250 million rands. And also we know that Transnet is facing challenges. And we know that in the SONA speech, the president was very emphatic to say that the logistics system remains a challenge and that Transnet remains a binding constraint to economic growth. So one of the key issues then for the minister is to sort out that problem, to say what can be done to actually open up the logistics system and the infrastructure. In the two previous budget statements that the minister has made, he has promised that he will come back to the South African public with a permanent solution, which is supposedly a basic income grant. We still do not know how is that going to be funded, what is going to be the volume of that, and where is it going to come from. So because it's an election year as well, as you say, you want to appease the voters. So it is possible that the minister can extend the SRD grant because those voters are very, very crucial right now.
And Xolani, to the point that Dr. Mbava is raising there is, of course, that you always have these competing interests. And ordinarily, when the budget speech is delivered, we find various interest groups marching outside the venue where the speech will be delivered. Do we expect anything different this morning or this afternoon?
Not at all. We are expecting more than 8 organizations, including SAF2 and the Cry of the Beloved, of the Forgotten, and to be here to actually state that case that a basic income grant is needed because the economy is not supporting households that are in much need of that particular support. We've seen the social relief of distress grant, the 350 rands that is being paid. Is it going to continue? the president did intimate also in the last State of the Nation address that it is going to be expanded. How is that going to take place? These organizations are actually expecting that, and we've already seen from last night police setting up into this morning to make sure that they are ready for those crowds who are going to be making their voices heard here. There's a strong police presence for that, but there's a lot of criticism that you should expect throughout the day from our colleagues who are covering those marches about what exactly they feel needs to happen this time around when it comes to the 2024 budget speech.
Xolani, just quickly before I let you go, that stench that we've been reporting on in the city of Cape Town, is there anything different this morning?
No, absolutely. When we arrived here yesterday morning, it was gone, but the ships are there. We were expecting to actually see it. We are staying right next to the harbor, but we did not feel the stench. We didn't see anything that is out of the ordinary, and I guess we were the lucky ones to not actually find that stench here in the Cape Town, where it has been the talk of the town for the past couple of days.
Well, certainly very lucky. And of course, that vessel is expected to depart later on today for Iraq with 19,000 cattle on board.